Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to please ask that you give us more of your time as we discuss very important topic, a very important one. To do this, please, I'd like us to pay attention as I bring on stage the head partnerships, enterprise business. Please, let's put our hands together for Njideka Jack. Please put your hands together, please. Please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm not feeling the energy. Good afternoon. At MTN, we say yellow. When I say yellow, you say everywhere you go, yellow. Yellow. Fantastic. So, we've heard from Samsung, beautiful device. Please clap for them. Now we want to talk about the connectivity that makes it all happen. Okay? I don't know if my slides are up. All right. Let me put this down. So it's an honor to be here as we try to explore how MTN's 5G journey is not just reshaping the digital landscape, but it's catalyzing innovation, job creation, inclusion, and national transformation. 5G is more than just speed. All of us think, broadband speed. Yes, 5G is so much more faster than 4G, but it's actually an infrastructure for prosperity. At MTN, we believe that it's not enough to connect Africa. We must also empower Africa to build and own its digital destiny. So, going on to my next slide. So, how have we gone on this journey from our license to the legacy we're trying to build around 5G? It began in 2022. Actually, it began a little bit before that when we did a demo. We did a national demonstration across 3 cities to do live demos. We had holograms, we had everything, trying to show. That was the time that 5G had a lot of story around it. Who remembers? When 5G was, taking people's mind. Do we remember when we had to go out and change the narrative around 5G? So by 2022, we were able to establish some of that. And then we had our license acquisition. We did a pilot. By 2023, we started our rollout. And then coverage reached key economic hubs. There were certain key areas that we focused our coverage. Then in 2025, now we are reaching deeper and deeper to extend this coverage because we are about inclusive coverage for connectivity. And then we continue to partner with our strategic OEMs, regulators at every stage to make sure that we are delivering the connectivity that is going to be beneficial for all of Nigerians. So 5G is no longer a promise, it's a living and growing platform. And we at MTN continue to invest in it. Next slide, please. Oh, okay, my slide is up. All right. So I think we all know a lot of these things. It's the 5th generation mobile network and its advanced wireless technology. It is allowing us to do so much more. From 4G to 5G is not an evolution. So when we had 2G, 3G, 4G, that is what you call an evolution. 4G to 5G is a leapfrog. We are going from tens of megabits to hundreds of gigs in terms of speed. We are going to latencies of less than 1 millisecond. So there's a lot going on with the capabilities that 5G brings. And because of that, because the connectivity is so fast, because it's so reliable, because it's so the low latency, you're able to do a lot more things on it. Things that need instant response. So we've talked about, there's IoT, there's smart city. When you talk about putting sensors everywhere, using connectivity to control your traffic lights. We know that we come to traffic lights sometimes and they let only one side pass. When you have those coupled with AI, dynamic intelligence, with the 5G connectivity, you can do all these smart city use cases in real time. There is also, because of the low latency, you can actually do remote surgeries. Who believes that? Who believes that? Yes. So it is taking healthcare to the next level. Not only, at least during COVID, a lot of us had to do remote consultations, right? But they couldn't necessarily examine you properly. With 5G, you can do real time, information transfer to a doctor, then to the point of having a remote surgery. And then there's obviously gaming. Has always been a big one. Who knows about the metaverse? I'm sure I'm talking to the right people here, right? So connectivity that allows ultra high definition videos that come through in real time. And that's what 5G brings. It reduces cost over time because of the way the technology is built, is designed, sorry. It is ultra energy efficient. So you get more power output based on the spectral efficiency of 5G. So it's real-time life in motion, faster uploads, high resolution, all of that. Energy efficiencies allows you to build, sustainable um, use of your energy. Smarter base stations. We all know that AI is here to stay. And part of it is that AI is infused in all of the use cases to provide all this real-time analytics that is transported in real time. And then we also go as far as private networks now, to the point where you can build a 5G private network for a manufacturing organization so that it can run their factory. So you can run your operations on 5G. You can put everything. So you have a factory, your production lines, your inventory management, all your sensors that check your production data, making sure that your temperature is doing well, your pressure is not going too high. You do preemptive maintenance on your infrastructure all over 5G. And at MTN, we're deploying these solutions so that we can introduce these technologies that enable our businesses in Nigeria to become more efficient. So 5G speaks to not just the consumer, but actually mainly to the industries, because the power behind the network allows you to do so much more and gain so much value as a business. Next slide, please. So we talk about economic zones and smart infrastructure. We start by deploying it in, critical economic areas. Like, we have coverage in Lekki Free Trade Zone and all these kind of places. I've talked about the manufacturing plants because it allows you to become more energy efficient. We're all in band A and band B, right? Who is enjoying band A and band B? No? I'm talking about the electricity tariffs. So it's very important because the cost of doing business now, based on electricity, is quite significant. So it's good to have solutions that allow you to optimize your energy. And 5G allows you to do that. Startups can deploy cloud-based applications with no latency. That's why you can do real-time gaming, zero latency. We are digitizing Nigeria's economic backbone using smart use cases. We are talking drones in agriculture, using drones to deploy fertilizers. We're talking about having sensors in the soil. Because of the nature of 5G, you can connect a massive amount of devices. So you can connect thousands and thousands of devices at the same time. So the device density for 5G is very high. So when you deploy a private network to, an agriculture infrastructure, you can manage, have drones dealing with your fertilizing. You can put sensors in the soil to monitor the fertility of the soil. We talk about the robots in manufacturing. All of this is doable over 5G. And one of the good things about that, you can combine it with other technologies. So we talk about AI and IoT over 5G, and this is about real-time implementation. So the IoTs are the sensors, the AI does the analytics, and the network gives you the connectivity, the speed, and the low latency to deliver all this information in real time. So this is about autonomous industry 4.0, zero touch operations. You are able to deploy such things. I don't know if anybody, I think there's some in other parts of the world, we see deployments of maybe supermarkets or places that have no human being. You get there by yourself, you scan what you want, you scan and you leave. You cannot take what you have not paid for. All of these things, it's the engine is the connectivity, being able to gather the information. Yes, you scan it. Yes, you use AI to analyze it. Yes, you have IoTs everywhere, but underlying connectivity ensures that all this information is transmitted in real time. Next slide, please. So it's not only for industries, it's also for micro, small, and medium enterprises. So it allows innovation at scale for MSMEs, powering soft tech in the ecosystem. We know that MSMEs are the heart of the Nigerian economy, and 5G can now become an innovation engine. It reduces barriers for application developers, fintech startups, content creators, accelerates the scalable app development, combining it with APIs. MTN also has its API marketplace in Chinosis. So we're also able to provide APIs for you as developers and startups to develop your own applications and solutions. It gives Nigerian youth the tools to innovate locally and scale globally. So things around health tech, we can develop depending on your field of study. As a startup, you can work in any industry. There's health tech, where we're talking about mobile diagnostics, telesurgery, like I've talked about already, ed tech, which is immersive virtual classrooms. Um, I know many schools that are beginning to do that, where you sit and you have haptics technology that allows you to really feel the experience of what you're going through. We have some of our customers who want to deploy their safety training with haptics. So when you use haptics and you do a fire training, you actually feel the heat of the fire, and this is transmitted in real time. So for you to really enjoy that experience, you need the right connectivity. And then, general agri tech, I've talked about drones and crop mapping, soil sensors, all of that. And a lot of this is, we also work with tech hubs so that we can accelerate um, developers and startups. I'm sure you all are aware of our recent launch of our data center. Yes? Who's aware? Who is aware? Okay, so our recent launch of our data center and our cloud services and our accelerator program is open. Who is aware of that? Okay, I'm sure if you want to know about our MTN Cloud Accelerator program, it's open. We're taking in interest right now, and it starts in September, where there's going to be an accelerator program for startups. So these are the things that we are invested in through partnerships, working with hubs, developer communities, providing you the tools to reduce the barrier to entry to start your business, because you need these technical tools. So for us at MTN, we want to ensure that we are fueling the transformation from the grassroots, and everybody has the opportunity to contribute to the improvement of the economy. Next slide, please. And how does this translate to the economic impact? So we talk about job creation. We talk about skills development. The focus is building human capital for the digital future. Every new cell site, every new 5G base station, every edge node is engineers, is tower riggers, is cloud architects. The data center, for those that saw the launch, hundreds of people worked in the building of that data center. So many more are working behind in the cloud development. And right now, a lot of developers are, enjoying the early access to the system. So we continue to grow digital talent. We support government. We support our government also in their initiatives that towards growing digital talent. MTN has invested a lot of money in the Minister of Communications 3MTT program, which is targeted at delivering 3 million tech talents across the country. So we keep scaling skills in AI, cybersecurity, and DevOps because we know that that is the future. We provide digital training skills and digital training tools as well. So, in addition to that, it's about access, trying to ensure that we support and enable access, expanding access to device financing, talked about digital literacy, and we continue to grow our coverage. So 5G must not just connect people, it must empower them because it is beyond a connectivity engine. It is an engine for empowering the nation. Next slide, please. Okay, so now this is not a small investment um, decision in terms of going on the journey for 5G. It is essential for national growth, but it is a big commitment. So we continue to invest. It's capital intensive, but it's something that we strongly believe in. So we continue to invest. We invest in the fibers, the towers, the data centers, like we just deployed, that drives national productivity. We continue to collaborate with vendors and local infrastructure providers because we know that we need to develop this digital capability in Africa by Africans because we need to do it for ourselves. There's a lot of public and private collaboration that we continue to foster. We continue to engage at all levels of government. We must make it easier to deploy infrastructure, and we continue to sit, try to make sure we are sitting around the table where these conversations are being had. Next slide, please. Okay. So, ensuring that no one is left behind is actually the goal. Like I said when I started, everybody deserves the benefit of a modern connected life. This is something we believe very strongly in MTN. And we continue to push for inclusive coverage. So 5G is not just for the elites, it needs to work for everyone. And we continue to look for efficient ways to deploy this network so that, remote classrooms, women-owned businesses, students, everybody gets the access that they require. So we're pushing device affordability. We have device financing plans that we also offer as MTN, expanding into areas where we don't necessarily have the tools and the devices to access the network. And then, like I said, we are also dealing with private networks also for industry. So digital inclusion is really the true return on investment for 5G, that we ensure that we have digital inclusion across the nation. So finally, what are the ripple effects? We continue to roll out 5G with the goal of reshaping the economy. It's not just about connectivity. I can't say that enough. It's about empowering individuals, empowering businesses, being able to cross connect technologies, AI, IoT, so that they can work together to deliver value for the country. It's beyond connectivity, it's a platform for prosperity. So I just, in summary, 5G, number one, unlocks innovation. It unlocks innovation. It allows development to scale. So rather than small development, you can allow it to scale. It energizes our startup ecosystem, being able to utilize it appropriately. It enables true cross-section integration, like I talked about, putting together different technologies to make sure we deliver the right use cases that solve problems. Because there are lots of problems to solve. So it's putting together the right use cases to solve the problems that we have. And finally, it allows us to compete globally. Having this capability allows us to sit shoulder to shoulder with other parts of the world, delivering the solutions that matter. So MTN's 5 journey is creating the ripple effect across every dimension: economic, social, digital, and human. And this is how we build Africa's own silicon heartbeat, right here in Nigeria. We are the most populous nation. We have the highest number of startups. It is our duty to deliver the tools to energize this community. So let us all keep investing, let's keep building, and let's make it count. At MTN, we believe that everyone, every single person, deserves the benefits of a modern connected life, and that Africa's digital future must be built in Africa by Africans and for Africans. Thank you very much.